Hello, everyone. My name is Bryn Krug. I'm the lifestyle editor and social media manager here at the Northern Star.
And I'm Sarah Rose, the managing editor, and welcome back to The Trend, a Northern Star podcast.
On The Trend, each week we talk about a few trending pop culture topics, and then at the end, we rank them from worst to best and say whether we think they're in or out.
First topic, super excited. Suzanne Collins, the author of the very popular Hunger Games series, recently, I think it was in September, that she announced that a new book of the franchise is coming out next year.
Woo!
Huge news, exciting, and it was just recently where we got the title, the book cover, and the synopsis, and the actual release date, which is March 18th, and this new book will be called Sunrise on the Reaping. And this is a big deal because the last book that came out is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, which is the only Hunger Games book I read, and I loved it. I'm a huge Hunger Games fan, but never read the books. Bren is different.
I'm a huge Hunger Games fan, and, I am not much of a reader now because I'm an extremely, extremely busy person, and I also have TikTok.
Yeah, that's real.
So, yeah, I used to be, a really big reader early, middle school era. I feel like that's when it hit a lot of people.
Yes.
That's when,
2015,
the
2016.
dystopian book, heyday was for me.
I know, the genre blew up.
So, yeah, I love The Hunger Games. I'd say it's my favorite series. I've read it at least 3 times. I own all the books. I own all the movies. I own all the collector's Barbie dolls.
Oh. Do you own the pen, the Mockingjay pen? Did you wear that around?
I had a necklace. I have a couple Mockingjay necklaces. I have a shirt. Anyway, I'm a huge Hunger Games fan, but I'm the type of person to be I want to read a book before I see a movie.
Yeah.
So, I started Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and just did not make the time for it and never finished reading it. So I haven't seen the movie. So I've never seen Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Oh, my God. Please see the movie. You need to get on that.
I know. Maybe winter break?
Winter break or during now, because it's very, a fall-y movie.
I don't have the time. I do not have the time to pick up a novel right now.
Thanksgiving break. Break. Movie, not the book.
But I have to read the book first.
Shoot, okay.
But
book first.
Anyway, I feel like it got a lot of praise, especially the movie
Yes, it did. I love the movie.
Plus so many people were thirsting over young Coriolanus Snow.
Yes. Forget the actor's name, but yes. And he's British.
Oh.
So everyone fawns over that. But yeah, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is good. And I will get back to that in a second. But this new Hunger Games book, Sunrise on the Reaping, is a big deal because after Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, Suzanne Collins was asked, I don't know where she was, but it was some interview where she said, she was asked, are there going to be any more Hunger Game books coming out? And she's like, I think I'm done with the franchise. I'm done with the world. I'm not going to write any more books unless I have something to say, because she's really good at using this fictional world that she's created to mirror real life or real issues going on. And so it looks like she will have something to say in this book, and I'm really excited because things are crazy. The world is unstable. But Sunrise on the Reaping, I'll give a little synopsis of it. It takes place 24 years before Katniss Everdeen, before the events of the Hunger Games 1, and it follows Haymitch, who we all know and love. And everyone I remember when the book was announced, everyone guessed that it was going to be about him.
Yeah.
I remember that very vividly.
And also, I think they know, obviously, that it is going to be turned into a movie.
Yeah. Yes.
And so the things that I saw about it was just like everyone fan casting young Haymitch and like saying who they think should play him.
Yes, I remember that. Oh yeah, and let me just say the fact that she announced the book and also announced that it's also getting a movie deal is like boss work. Like that's crazy. I've never seen that happen before.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Hunger Games, and like literally like obviously the original trilogy did so good. Like that's huge, and then the new one, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, also did great. So
yes,
I don't see why she wouldn't, especially it's like this is kind of a new market of like prequels.
Yeah, yes.
And I think it'll be that's like learning Haymitch's story is something that a lot of people would be interested in.
Yeah, it's been something that everyone's been curious with because, you know, he's presented as like Katniss's mentor. He's always drunk. He's always like the comedic relief, but he does have a dark past.
Yeah, because it's like,
and it's sad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you guys are all familiar with the Hunger Games series, but yeah, it's like he's Katniss's mentor because he was in the Hunger Games and he won it.
Yeah.
And so then now he has to be the mentor for the next generation.
Yeah.
But it's like, so yeah, we already know his story, which I think is interesting because like with Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, like we didn't know anything about like Snow's history.
No, we
like,
didn't.
No one
I love that.
knew about like Lucy Baird or however you say
yes,
her name.
Yes, Lucy.
But like this, it's like we know like his story of the games, and it's like we already know that obviously he's going to win.
Yes.
But yeah, I think it'll be cool because it's like we'll get to see those familiar characters, but we'll also get some new ones.
Yeah. It's gonna follow. So I'm gonna read the little synopsis that Scholastic put out about the book, and it reads. They say, when Haymitch's name is called, he can feel all his dreams break. He's torn from his family and his love, shuttled to the capital with the 3 other District 12 tributes. Because this is second quarter Quell, which is a very special tournament, which only happens it's the 50th Hunger Games, so I'm pretty sure it happens.
Every 25 years they have a quarter Quell, and there's different rules. Yes. So Haymitch's rule was that there's twice as many tributes.
Yes.
So that's even crazier. Like, he had to defeat twice as many people.
I know. And
no wonder he's messed up in the head.
I know. And read this. He shuttled to the capital with the 3 other District 12 tributes, a young friend who's nearly a sister to him, a compulsive odds maker, and the most stuck-up girl in town. As the games begin, Haymitch understands he's been set up to fail. But there's something in him that wants to fight and have that fight reverberate far beyond the deadly arena.
Ooh.
I feel like I'm so curious.
I started Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and just, like, I like it, but I just wasn't that into it. I'm like, I think that I could get more into this book.
Yes.
Because I think it's not like, oh, Snow and his politics. It's like, it's
more, a character you care about.
Yeah, and it's also, like, it's more tried and true to the original series.
It is,
because, like, the layout of it is person going into the Hunger Games, which is the layout of the first 2 books.
Yeah.
So
That's true. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, because I've never read the original trilogy, but the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I remember took me a while to finish because I wasn't as interested in it. But I love the movie to death. But so I don't blame you for like trying it out because that was
a big book too.
Oh, it is. It's big. It's so big. But yeah, I might read this. I gotta read the trilogy first though. But I care about Haymitch from the movies.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so ready. I'm also curious to see how his mentor was. If his mentor was super, like, mean and, like, the typical, like, capital person. Or if his mentor was, like, how he was as a mentor, which was, like, super supportive and kind.
I wouldn't say he was so super supportive and kind.
That's true.
Yeah, because I know it's, like, I agree that it'll be interesting to see his dynamic with his own mentor. Because, like, with Katniss, in the beginning, she almost had to, like, fight for him to be her mentor in the sense that he was just, like, drinking and not putting in the work. And they were like, hey, it is literally your job to help us win the Hunger Games. We want to try to win.
Yeah.
You know, I think, like, didn't PETA, like, snap at him? I don't know. But anyway, so.
I think it was PETA.
Yeah, so I think that'll be a really interesting dynamic to see.
I think so, too. And, yeah, this is second prequel. And Sunrise takes place 40 years after the events of the Battle of Songbirds and Snakes and 24 years before the Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting because Lucy and, like, her family were all from District 12, too. So I wonder if we're going to get, like, mentions of any of them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so thrilled for that.
Yeah, it is like there are going to be other older characters, so it's like it'll be interesting to see. Like, do you know if Effie's going to be in it? Because I think she's around the same age as Haymitch, but it's like I don't know if she probably wasn't involved in the games at that time.
I wonder if she's going to be like a passerby character.
Yeah.
And everyone's going to be like, oh, I know how she turns out, like how her story goes.
Little Easter egg.
I know. I assume she's going to be in it because she, like, becomes a huge part of his life. But
we'll see.
Yeah, I'm so excited for this. And I will say the cover is interesting because it features a snake and a songbird, like, kind of connected, like, in a circle. Their, like, bodies are not intertwined, but, like, one. And it's interesting because in the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, it was a similar cover where it was the snake and the songbird kind of, like, intertwined with each other. And on this, and as an English major, I'm like, analysis, symbolism. So it's interesting. I like the cover choice a lot.
Yeah.
It's like the same theme. But yeah, March 18th is going to be here, like, really soon because we're almost at the end of the year. So I might have to read this book. Obviously watch the movie. We don't have a movie release. I feel like the movie's going to come out in 2026.
Yeah, definitely. Because, they have to build more hype for it. Or maybe late 2025.
Yeah.
But
I'm really quick, I am also excited for the second quarter Quill to kind of get back in the deadly action of the tributes in the arena fighting to survive. Because it's horrible, but it's so interesting to see.
No, I have high hopes.
I do have high hopes, too. She never disappoints.
Well, and then our next topic, another... I would call it a resurgence.
Yes.
And we're just going to talk about SNL and how it's kind of been back, at least in my view and on my feed, back in popularity recently.
Yeah.
Obviously, SNL has been around for years and years and years. Like, it's not going away. But I think it has received criticism, especially as, like, of recently.
Yes.
Like, for not being funny. And people are like, oh, SNL's not funny, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like it has gotten hate. And then people do this about anything where they're like, oh, it used to be so good. Like, I miss the way it used to be. Like, you know what I mean? But not this, like, past Saturday, but the Saturday before. Actually, by the time this comes out, it'll be, like, 3 Saturdays ago.
Yeah.
The host was Ariana Grande. Yes. Because she's hot off Wicked, which is coming out soon. So, yeah. But so many of her sketches, like, I saw on my For You page. Like, I feel like I saw almost every single one. So she had some really good ones.
I saw some pictures of all her sketches.
Yeah. And, like, she did a great job. Like, she is an actress, not just a singer. She
is. And she's, like, she has that theater kid in her because she started out, like, in theater. So she can move her body like that.
But the biggest sketch from that was the bridesmaid speech. And it's a, I guess, remix cover. I don't know the right word, but they changed the lyrics of Espresso to be, like, about their bachelorette trip, like, for the bridesmaid speech. And it's funny because, like, all of the women can, like, actually sing. Like, obviously, like, it's Ariana Grande. But they purposefully, like, sing, like, really bad.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, but it's so funny. When I first saw it, I was obsessed. I immediately, like, showed people in the office. I am not a fan of the song Espresso, but this song has been in my head. And what the story follows is the bride it's actually about her cheating on her fiance and husband on the bachelorette trip. She meets this guy named Domingo, and then they, like, hit it off. But, like, there's so many quotable lines, and I've just seen so many people reference it. And I know it was Marcelo Hernandez who played Domingo, and there was, like, something where he was, like holding something that said, like, Domingo on it, like, someone had custom made this, and, like, I saw a comment, and it was like, oh, like, you can tell he knows that that this is the, like, character he's gonna be known as for, like, for the rest of his life.
Because it blew up.
Yeah, but so that was a huge sketch. I've been thinking they're really funny. And then this week they had Michael Keaton as a guest host, and I did not see a ton of his sketches, so I guess maybe Ariana Grande was a one-time thing. But no, one thing I did see was they did, like, a TikTok sketch.
Yeah.
So it's essentially like it looks like you're, like, scrolling through a For You page, but it was like they just recreated, like, famous TikToks. Like, I think it was, like, Keith Lee, like, Nora Smith.
Yeah,
like,
that was funny.
Made a little thing.
Costco guys.
Oh yeah, they did a Costco guys.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, but anyway, it's just, like, I feel like people are always like, oh, SNL's not funny anymore. But I feel like it's coming back. So I'm going to be interested to see if it's still funny. Oh, yeah, they also do have been doing a lot of political commentary recently.
Yes.
Like, having everyone, because election's coming up. So, yeah, I hope they keep putting out good stuff, because I've been liking their recent things.
Yeah?
Especially, like, the Domingo one is so good. Have you heard the full thing?
No, I have to watch it all the way through.
Yeah, I'm going to make you watch it all the way through.
I'll watch
it's so funny.
Yeah, it's funny. I've seen, I think, just a lot of people our age on Twitter being like, do you guys really think SNL is that funny, or are you just trying to be nice?
Yeah.
And I haven't watched enough clips of it to, like, have an opinion on it. But you know what I do think is funny? At the end of, I don't know when they do it. I don't know if it's, like, an every Friday thing or an every night thing. But, you know, Scarlett Johansson's husband is, like,
Colin Jost.
Yeah. Colin Jost. And there's another guy he's with.
Michael Che.
And do you know what I'm talking about? They, like, write
Weekend Update.
jokes.
Oh, wait. Oh, that. Yeah.
Like, and then they switch, like, papers, and they don't know, like, what's on the paper, and they have to read the jokes as if, like, they wrote it, and it's so funny.
They always make them obviously, like, horrible and offensive. Yeah. So then it's like, oh, they have to say that. It's like, I swear it's not me saying this. But yeah, those are so funny.
That is, I will say, that's super hilarious.
Yeah, I love those.
But I don't really have an opinion on SNL. I think I like when they make fun of things that relate to our generation, like the TikTok one was super funny. But what I chuckle at is sometimes the random, like, host. Like, I remember one time it was Adam Driver and Olivia Rodrigo hosting, and I was like, that's very, very random. So I think that's funny.
Yeah.
But I don't know. My parents watched SNL growing up, so I kind of always heard it in my house. But I think they're okay. I don't like all their stuff, though.
Yeah.
But I could see it coming back. I think the resurgence is the right word for it.
Yeah, I think, like, maybe, like, it's becoming big maybe for our generation. But, yeah, there's always a view, like, there's always a fan base for SNL.
Yes,
because it's been going on for so many years.
Yeah, do you think it's ever going to end?
I mean, yes, probably, but in the way future.
In the way future?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I don't know. Because it's been going on, I think, since the very early 2000s or late 90s.
No, way longer than that.
Wait. 70s, 80s? Oh my God.
1975. They just released a new. This is another SNL related thing. There's a movie, it had Dylan O'Brien in it and a bunch of other people, called Saturday Night. That's like about like the original SNL.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know
just
about
came
that. In theaters?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I haven't seen people talking about it.
No,
so
I
maybe
haven't
it was
seen any
bad.
promotion for it.
I saw the trailers all the time.
That's
Oh,
so
80%
weird.
on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Oh, that's good.
yeah, it came out September 27th. So it's been out for a while.
Yeah, that's good then. Well, that's interesting.
But anyway, our last topic is another upcoming release.
Yes, and that is from Miss Olivia Rodrigo. She announced a few days ago that she is going to have a concert film come out about her
Woo!
Guts tour, because she finally concluded her tour, her world tour. I think it was her first like big world tour that she's ever done. Because I know she went on tour for Sour, but now that she has 2 albums under her belt, she went to a lot of places. And so this is huge. And this is something we always knew was happening, that she was getting concert film, because at one of her shows in the US, like fans were taking videos of like there was like a camera filming her, and we're like, we know what that is for. So, but I'm super excited. I love concert films. The only concert film I have watched is Taylor Swift's Reputation tour, which is on Netflix. Netflix seems like the streaming service to do concert films. And I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but one of my friends who is, told me to just watch it, like put it on as background music, like doing the chores or whatnot. And it's so good. Because her Reputation album has some good hits. But I actually like it, and I'm really excited for Olivia's because I love Olivia.
Yeah. I've never watched a concert film. Like, I've never. I'm also, like, I like Olivia, but I don't love every single one of her songs. But
That's
I did,
true.
like, there are a lot of songs that I'm like, I was streaming when they first came out, but I'm not an avid listener. So I doubt I'll watch it, but I think it's cool. And
Don't
I think
worry,
it's.
I'll watch it.
Yeah. It's something that the fans will like. And then it's also kind of nice, like, if they didn't get to experience that, they get a little something.
Yeah. I didn't get tickets. And, like, my thing with going to concerts, because you go to a lot of concerts.
Yeah.
But for me to decide to go to a concert because they cost so much, like, I have to really love the artist. Like, I have to like 95% of their discography to go. And that's, like, Olivia's one of the few artists that I would actually buy concerts for. And I didn't get one because Ticketmaster didn't grant me one. And I applied for both Chicago and St. Louis because I live by St. Louis and I go to college by Chicago. And I didn't get either. So I'm excited to watch it because I missed out on it. But I really hope they don't cut any songs from it because I know there was controversy with Taylor Swift's Eras Tour concert film where she didn't include like 3 or 4 songs in there that she actually performed when they filmed it in wherever city she was. And then like people bullied her and her crazy fandom was like, add these. And so she came out with another like unedited concert film.
That's why I did not know why she released 2. I just thought it was a cash grab.
It probably was, and she used an excuse.
Yeah.
Because
what is it? Taylor's version?
Taylor's version. Dude, she's always on a cash grab.
Yeah.
Like trying to get the number 1 spot on everything. Because I saw something where it was like Billie Eilish, Olivia Rodrigo, Chappell Roan, like in recent months, like hit the number 1 artist, because on Spotify, and then there was like, you could see like this girl on TikTok pulled up receipts. The next day, Taylor announced something like, "Oh, I'm releasing the acoustic version. I'm releasing the piano version of this," and she like skyrockets back up. And I'm like, there has to be a strategy.
No,
for this.
I also saw something with Charlie XCX,
Yes.
where she was like about to hit the top charts in the UK, and she's also British, so she deserves the UK. About to hit the top charts in the UK, and like right before she's like making this record, which would be a big deal for her in her career.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift releases like a third alternate version of some song.
Yeah.
To like kind of snipe the position. And it's like, you don't need that, and that would have been something that's cool for her. Like, why do you do this?
I know. And I don't hate Taylor Swift, but like, come on now. There has
some
to be
of her songs
that.
are good, but I think the obsession is a little overbearing.
Yeah. What is your favorite Olivia Rodrigo song, if you have one? Or which one do you like to listen to?
Let me look.
Because I will say her Sour album is no skips. Her Guts album, I think, is like 2 skips for me. But her Sour album resonates with me more because I was 17 turning 18 when the album came out. The exact same age she was. And she was like talking about like being a teenager, being broken up with because the whole thing with Joshua happened. And I had just gotten out of a relationship too. So it was like, ooh, I was singing those lyrics everywhere.
Yeah. I like All American.
That's a good one.
And obviously like Brutal.
Brutal's
Vampire.
good. Vampire's good. What about The Grudge?
I don't really know it.
You should listen to The Grudge. That's her best song, and I stand by that.
Okay, if you listen to Domingo.
Okay. I'll
Song
listen
swap.
to Domingo. Song swap.
Not as soon as we stop recording, I'm pushing you to watch it.
No, I really want The Grudge to be included because I know it was on the set list.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that should be fun.
It, really quick, something about that was funny. She ended her tour in Australia, in Melbourne. Or I think it's pronounced Melbourne. I actually think it's pronounced Melbourne. And, like, so many things went wrong for her during that leg of the tour. Like, she fell in the stage.
Oh, my God.
And
I saw that. That was so funny.
It was like 2 other things happened to her, and people were like, someone get her out of Australia.
Yeah.
Having such a headline. I wish that was the concert film. That would have been funny. But no, I'm super excited. It comes out, oh my God, it comes out October 29th.
Oh my
It
God.
comes out into a few days.
It comes out
God.
Tuesday. This episode will release Monday. Oh my God. So yeah, be looking for
You know
that.
what I'll be doing Tuesday night?
Yeah. Well, are you ready to get into the rankings?
I am.
All right.
I know what I'm going to put number 1.
Yeah, Hunger Games is number 1. That's really exciting.
You can't
I'd
hate
say
on it.
number 2, SNL.
SNL.
Because we've got a lot of content.
Yes.
3, Olivia Rodrigo, because it's exciting, but it's just a concert film. And concert films aren't for everyone.
And we don't know how it's going to be.
Yeah.
I may absolutely hate it.
Yeah, but I'd say they're all in, though.
They definitely are all in. They're all, like, topics with huge fandoms.
Yeah.
That people like. So, yes.
Well, thank you guys for listening or watching, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.